Hello guys, how are you doing? Let me connect my
Imagine being able to build anything.
too. How was today's contest, guys?
I hope that you can we can have this stream without any lags and anything because there's a very heavy snowing here today, and as a result, I couldn't go to the university and have the stream from there today. I am having it from home, as you can see. So I hope that it goes all smooth. The statement was hard to understand. I see. We will go over the problems and hopefully solve all of them. I mean, not probably all. We cannot probably get to all, but we will solve most of them. Okay. Are you guys ready to start? Maybe we should wait a bit more till more people join and then start talking about the problems. Hearing good, no connection issues so far. Okay, good, good. So far it's going good. D was very hard to understand. Okay, we're gonna go over it. Okay, so I think it's time that we can start. Salam, Durut. I mean the Persian version of talking. I mean, hello is Durut. How to get out of gray? Any advice for newcomers? Yes, I specifically have videos about how to get out of gray. We will talk more about it. After the text more required interview prep, I think pseudocode is hard to read because of no indentation. That's a bug if there's no indentation in a roadmap. We will fix it. You can comment it there and we will find it and fix it. Most of them have. I mean, if any of them don't have, that should be a bug and we will fix it. Okay, so I think we're ready to start talking about the problems. Let's talk about problem A. Codeforces is a bit slow too today. I mean, right now because the contest is just finished. It takes some time for it to load. Abroad, if 3 destroyed by newbie till D within 1 hour. That's great. Thanks for streaming, of course. I mean, guys, we have many plans to improve the channel and trying to cover all the streams. We have talked to many people who are willing to do streams, and this way we are basically going to try to cover all the contests from now on. But yeah, I mean, the only challenge is that we have to basically pay all the streamers, and that makes sense before the time that they put. And that's why we also enable channel membership. So if you want to support the channel, you can join the channel. It's a very low amount. I mean, for US it's $2 a month. For India, I think is under $1. But if you want to support the channel and enable us to do that, do that. I mean, if not, it's okay. Even if you like the videos or comment on the videos, I think that would be very helpful for us as well. But yeah. Okay, my first contest today, only able to solve A within 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, you just started and over time it would be better. How will you be proactive? Considering you, yeah, We will talk about that. How to buy from Bangladesh? I don't know. I'm not sure. I was struggling in Codeforces, and my friend advised me to start with Kocha. I'm struggling more. Interesting. Interesting. Uh, well, you can take a look at RepoVive and the roadmaps that we have in there. In the roadmaps, we talk about many different things. I mean, if you sort them by popular ones, for example, we have dynamic programming, graph theory, math fundamentals, and many other things. If you want, you can take a look at that. Our goal was to let you learn with a high quality content, because content is out there, but many of them are not high quality, as you know. But that's basically the goal. But yeah, I mean, we will talk about it later. I think now we have enough people. I mean, anyone who wanted to join has joined. Now, let's talk about basically the problems. So let's talk about problem A now. D, B, M, B, and the array. So this problem basically says that we want to give the array to someone, and he only likes the arrays that their sum equal to S. And each time we can choose an index like AI, like I, and then add X to AI. You have to say that if at the end we can make the sum equal to S. Guys, when we look at this problem, when I look at this problem, the first thing comes to my mind is that, okay, the array is not important. Only its sum is important. And therefore, it's not important to which element we add something. It's not important that to which element we're adding something. All of them have the same effect on the sum. I mean, if you add X to any of them, the sum will be added by X. The sums should be turned into S, and each time we have to add X to it, we can add X to it. Since X is positive, definitely S must be greater than or equal to sum. And also S minus sum should be divisible by X. Because each time we add X to it, so the remainder of S minus sum by dividing by X does not ever change. Therefore, from the beginning, S minus sum should be divisible by X. So that's the whole thing. We will just make sure that S minus sum is divisible by X and sum is less than or equal to S. If you want, I can code it too. I can write the code for you here as well if you want. If you are okay with it, we can move on to the next problem. Now RepoVive can survive. Yeah, definitely. With your supports, definitely RepoVive can survive. I mean, we basically are paying a lot of money now. I mean, only our cost on Vercel, I don't know if you know what Vercel is or not, but last month our cost on Vercel was $700. And in total, we pay like $2,000 per month. We are trying to find ways, proactively, we are trying to find ways to be able to cover the costs. And yeah, we definitely will solve it, and we will cover the costs, and RepoVive will continue to grow. How many problem specialists are on Div 3? You can take a look at the ranking and see that, but let's see. I mean, I can tell you when we discuss all the problems. I already started proof. Okay, good. Next problem. Buyer services are good. Great. I'm glad that you like it. And yeah, I mean, today in the middle of the stream, at some point for RepoVive memberships, I'm gonna release a 50% discount for 3 months. So in 3 months, you get all the service of RepoVive premium membership with 50% discount. I will release it today at some point in the stream, and I hope that would be helpful. I mean, the prices are also different. I mean, the price that you see in the United States is different than the price that you see in other countries, for example, South Asia or other countries. We basically have special discounts for people who are in some countries that the incomes are by average lower. So make the prices fairer this way. We prefer not to put an advertisement on CF for now because I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if CF is the right place to advertise such things. I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, with the team, we will definitely consider that at some point. But yeah, let's see how it goes. We are basically, as I said, I mean, making a company and improving it is not really easy job. The costs are gonna come in, and that's something that you have to have planned to cover them. And yeah, we are trying to give some additional service to be able to create some revenue stream to be able to cover at least some part of the cost for now. But yeah, I mean, I will release a 50% discount in here as well at some point in this stream. And if you want, you can get those memberships. You can read more about them here. Anyway, shall we move on to problem E? Problem B. Did I say E? Problem B. Okay. Let's move on to problem B. Then let's skip uh, this coding and just move on to problem B. Okay. Problem B. Codeforces is being slow. Problem B is saying that you have a permutation of length n in an array consisting of n distinct integers from 1 to n in an arbitrary order. And you can choose an interval in this and just reverse that interval. And you can do it at most once, or you can do it exactly once. You have to do it exactly once. But because you can, for example, consider an interval of length 1, and basically reversing it would have no effects. So it's like at most once. And then at the end, you have to output the lexicographically maximum permutation that can be obtained. Okay, guys. So when you want to solve this problem, the first thing is that what does lexicographically maximum mean? Lexicographically maximum is that, first of all, only the first element matters. Only the first element matters at the beginning. In case that first element is equal in these two arrays, then the second element matters. And only in case that the second element is equal, then the third element matters. So first of all, we have to just think about maximizing the first element. So first, assume that n, which is our maximum element, is not in the first position. If n is not in the first position, we should not think about anything other than maximizing the first element. So we should just think about moving n here. And how can we move n here? There's only one way to move n here, and that's to choose this interval from the first index to where n is. Because if we reverse this, n comes to the beginning and everything will be reversed. So first of all, if n was not in the first position, you should just consider from the first index to the index of n and then reverse that part. That's the only way n comes to the first position. For example, in here, in the first example, we have 3, 2, 1, 4. If we look at it, n is not in the first position, 4 is not in the first position, so we should just pick the array from the beginning to the element to where n is and just reverse that. That's why we get 4, 1, 2, 3. In the rest of them, we have n at the first position. So this is the only example that n is not in the first position. So when n is not in the first position like this, we should just move n to the beginning. Is it completely clear? Uh, we cannot just sort the array. Is what we said clear? If it's clear, please put a plus in the chat or use this emoji, this 100 emoji. Yes, it's about reverse. Yeah, we will get to the rest soon as well. Okay. And then if the first element was, n was in the first position, then we only care about the second position first. If n was in the first position, but n minus 1 was not in the second position, if n was in the first position, we can just put n there and just remove it. Don't consider it anymore. This element has no effect on the array anymore. Because n is here and we definitely will not change it. So this will not be in our interval. It's like we can remove it, put it out of our mind. Then look at the second element. Is n minus 1 here or not? If n minus 1 is here, it's good. If n minus 1 is not here, you should definitely choose an interval starting from here and ending here. This say n minus 1 comes to the second position. So again, because after the first element, only the second element matters. And only in case that the second element is equal, the next elements are matters. So if n minus 1 is not there, you should only think about moving n minus 1 there. And the only way that you can move n minus 1 there is that if you have your array from here to here. Because you cannot choose n, you cannot move this n, so no interval can start from here. Because theoretically, we could also choose this interval and still n minus 1 would go here. But the point is that would mess up with n. We cannot touch this n, so that's not possible. The only way is this. And then if n minus 1 was here, then we look for n minus 2. If n minus 1 was already here, then we should look for n minus 2. We see that when n minus 2 is, if it was here, good. If it was somewhere else, then again the interval will be fixed. So we will keep repeating it. We will keep repeating. See that, okay, what is the first element that is not in its correct position? We will pick that index, that first index that doesn't have the correct element, and where that element is, and that is the part we reverse. Let me show it to you in these examples. For example, in here, you have 3 at the beginning. 3 should be at the beginning. So we just put it aside. It doesn't matter. Now we see that in here, we should have 2, but we don't have 2. Where is 2? 2 is here. So we should reverse this part. Therefore, we get 3, 2, 1. In the second example, 4 should be here, is here. 3 should be here, is here. 2 should be here, is here. 1 should be here, is here. So there's nothing to change actually. So we just don't reverse anything. We can just reverse an array of length 1 and then that doesn't change anything. So it's like we keep the array as it is. And the third example, also the same thing. It's already sorted in decreasing order, so we will not touch it. Basically, we'll choose an array of length 1 so that it will not change. And that's how the problem will be solved. Is this clear? If it's clear, please put a plus or use this emoji. This is my first competition. I solved 4 problems and enjoyed it very much. I'm glad. That's very good. If in your first problem, if in your first contest you got 4. Solved 5 problems, might reach people. Let me just see if our stream is not there on Codeforces anymore. The stream is not finished. Let's see. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Great. Great. What is karma and repo value? It's like contribution on Codeforces. It's based on your blog posts. If you want, I can implement problem B as well. If you want, I can do that, or I can move on to the next problem. I can implement it if you want, because this doesn't take much. But if no, I will move on to, if you are completely okay with that, I will move on to C. C, implement, move, please do. So tell me, let's have democracy. Let's see that if you prefer to implement or go to the next one. Just tell me implementation or C. C. Thank you, man. C. Eat. Implement. It's really hard to understand which one is more. I mean, it's very equal. C implements, move. I don't know what these are. Implement to equal. Implement, C, implement. I think we have one more implement. So let's implement this very fast. So basically what we have to do is, in my other accounts, I had templates, but I don't have a template here. I will set it now. That's hard. Let me set it as a template. Oh, I'm not signed in. Oh, I'm not signed in. Wait. Okay, so first of all, we just have to input everything that we have. Let me just quickly set it as template. And then, okay, we have int of t, c in t, while t minus minus. We have an array a, and its size is up to 2 times 10 to the 5th. 2e5 plus 20, int of n, a of n. And then we will just see in n, and because I logged in, the test cases are gone. See in AI. Okay, guys, so we have to find the position, the first position that is not what it should be. So at the beginning, we put a pointer at point 0, and then we say that while PTR was less than n, and then A of PTR was equal to n minus PTR. N minus PTR is what should be there, right? N minus PTR is what should be there. For example, at position 0, we should have n. At A of 1, we should have n minus 1. At position 2, we should have n minus 2. So as long as what should be there is there, we will increase PTR by 1. Okay, as long as that's the case, we will increase it. So this way we find the first place that A of PTR is not equal to n minus PTR. If PTR was equal to n, it means that everything is okay. So we just output. I mean, it means everything is okay. So we just output everything that we have. We will see out AI, see out next line. Otherwise, we should find out where is that PTR. I mean, where that n minus PTR. So I will have an int of f. For example, I put it equal to -1. F is the position that n minus PTR is. If a of I was equal to n minus PTR, I say f equal to I. So I find that, okay, first I find out where is that first position that is not what it should be. And then we will see that, okay, where is that? There are now a lot that say C, but it was a bit late. So we will see that, where is that? And then we should just reverse this whole place from PTR to F. F is definitely after PTR. So what we can do for it is that we can go for int of I from PTR, I less than, the point is that PTR should be swapped with F, the position PTR. The position PTR plus 1 should be swapped with F minus 1. PTR plus 2 should be swapped with F minus 2. So it's like their sum is equal to basically F, their sum is equal to F plus PTR. I mean the sum of the elements that need to be swapped. So I can say that, well, I was less than the thing that it should be swapped to, which is F plus PTR minus I plus plus, swap A of I, A of F plus PTR minus I. This is how we can do it. And then just see out all the elements. If I have no bugs, that's it. Let's run it once and see if we have any bugs. So basically we find PTR, we find F. F is the first place that's the place that that element is, and then we should basically swap elements that their sum is F plus PTR. And we go from PTR, and we go as long as I is less than what it should be swapped with, and then we swap AI and A of F plus PTR minus 1. So it was correct on the sample. We will submit it. I think that submission will be blocked. No, it's not blocked. Because the contest is just finished, submission could be blocked. It's taking a lot to load. Let me open status in a new tab. Okay, Codeforces is being super slow. We will check it when it will load. Move to C++. You can output, I mean on Codeforces you can output extra space. I think status is loaded finally. Okay, it got accepted. So that's all we do. Is it completely clear, guys? If it's completely clear, please put plus or use this emoji. Awesome, great, great. Awesome. What topic should I start learning to be able to solve 3 questions today? You have to solve a lot of problems. Basically, what you should do is to solve a lot of problems in order to do that. I have talked about it in many videos previously that you can find them here in the guideline videos. If you want, you can take a look at them. That gives you some intuition. And guys, please, I want to again tell you about this, that if you enjoy the live streams and want to support the channel, please consider joining the channel membership. That can actually help us. I'm sorry that I say it again, but the point is that because it's my responsibility now to make sure that RepoVive will continue and we can basically have the streamers on this channel and we can cover all the contents, because that's my goal. I want that us to be able to do that. That's why I have to mention it. So in case it's possible for you, please consider joining the channel. If it's not possible, that's okay. Even if you like the videos or comment on the videos, that would be super helpful too. So yeah, I'm sorry that I repeat it. That the only reason is that it's my responsibility now to ensure that RepoVive will be able to continue what it is doing. We are gonna have regular contests. The thing that happens is that most of our authors are in Iran, and Iran internet was blocked out by the terrorists who live in Iran right now and are ruling over Iran. Those terrorists blocked the internet so that they could kill people easily, and no one will understand. So that's why we could not connect to the authors in Iran, and we could not have the contest. That was the reason. Pray for Iran, guys, at the same time, because the situation there is not very good. Pray that as soon as possible we can kick these monsters out of our country. Okay, so let's move on to the problem C. I think everyone are clear with problem B. Let's move on to problem C. Replace and sum. Okay, this problem says that you are given two arrays A and B, and you can choose an index I and replace AI with A of I plus 1, or choose an index I and replace A of I with B of I. You have Q queries. Each query is described by two numbers L and R, and you have to find the maximum value of the sum AL to AR for each query. Now, guys, the point is that when I see this problem again, I just read this problem before the stream, and this is the last problem that I've read before the stream. From problem D, I have not read it before the stream, and I'm gonna solve it in front of you completely. I'm gonna read it, and as you said, I guess that's D statement must be complex. But anyway, I'm gonna read it in front of you and solve it in front of you. But basically, for this problem, once I see this problem, the whole point is that, guys, the queries do not matter. I mean, in your array, you try to maximize all the elements. That's basically what you try to do. You first try to maximize all elements and see that what is the maximum value they can be. And once you have that array of maximum elements, then you can just with the prefix sum calculate the sum. For example, in this array, in the first array, it's obvious that the maximum you can get is that you can change this 1 to 3, and you can change this 2 to 3 as well, because A of I plus 1 can go here. So the maximum you can get in this array is 3, 3, 3. And you are asked 1 to 3, I mean the sum of 1 to 3, which is going to be 9. So the answer is going to be 9 for this problem. Or for example, on this one, on the third one, you can see that the maximum we can get is that this 5 can be turned into 8. And then this 7 can be turned either remain 7 or turn into 6 or turn to 8. The maximum is to turn to 8. And this 6 can either stay at 6 or turn to 9 or turn to 8. The maximum is 9. So the maximum we can get is 988. And the sum of 1 and 2 is 17. The sum of 2 and 3 is 16. Therefore, it's going to be 17 and 16. That's what it's going to be. So basically, that's what we have. Basically, in this problem, we can just find out that what is the maximum that we can achieve, and then output the sum. I love Iran next. After graduation, I'm planning to go for a trip to Iran. Yeah, hopefully you can go to a free Iran. I also forgot to answer this. Did you graduate in US? I'm studying. Still, I'm studying. I got my master's. I'm now studying PhD in theoretical computer science. Why am I blocked by administrators? You're not blocked. I mean, if you were blocked, I couldn't see this. Okay. So is it clear what I'm saying? Yeah, we will talk about this. Let me say that, I mean, now the question is that how do you calculate the maximum for each element? So, guys, in order to calculate the maximum, let's start from the last element. The last element does not have the option of being updated from next one. So the only option that it has is to be updated from BI. So If BI was greater than AI, I will change it to BI. And then I go to the next element. Then I'm sure that the last element is the maximum it can possibly be. Then I go to the next element. Because the element after it is fixed, now I can find out the maximum this can be. It's going to be maximum of its current value. And the value of the next element, the final value of the next element, or BI. I calculated a maximum of these three. And then I will go to the next one. This way, if I start from the end, I can easily calculate it for everything. So basically, I have a 4 from n minus 1 to 0. I mean, we have 0-based indexing. And then I say that a of I will be equal to maximum of a of I, the current value of a of I, or b of I, or a of I plus 1. Well, for n minus 1, we don't have any a of I plus 1. But for the rest, we have also a of I plus 1. If I go from the end to the beginning and calculate ai's like this, at the end, I'm going to have the maximum possible value each ai can be. And once I have the maximum possible value each ai can be, then I can easily output the sum of elements. I mean, in sum of elements in the range. Is it completely clear how it works? I don't know if I sent you this link or not. I had a question about what to do. I mean, you can take a look at these guidelines. Let me close it. Can you explain to me the to the prefix sum of suffix arrays from maximum? Let's see. Can you explain me the operations you can do? The operations that we can do in this problem is either replace AI with A of I plus 1 or replace AI with BI. These are the things that we can do. Why cannot 998 on test case 3? Well, the reason is that there's no way to turn the second one into 9. How you want to turn it into 9? With the operations that we have, there's no way to turn it to 9. We can turn it to 8 because this one can be turned to 8 first, and then this one can turn into that 8 because AI can be swapped, can be replaced by A of I plus 1. So basically, that's why I said that we should start from the end. Because first of all, for the last element, we don't have any other option other than BI. So we can easily update it. And then once that is set, then the element before it can be updated. And once that is set, then the element before is it updated. Because all their outgoing edges are unique. I mean, it's determined. That's what their values are. Yes, exactly. You can share or propagate values to right, but you can share and propagate to the left. If it is clear, please put a plus or use this emoji if it's clear what the solution was. I mean, at the end, you just calculate the prefix sum and output the final sum. Exactly, yes. We first fix the last elements of A, and then for each element, we make A of I equal to maximum of AI and A of I plus 1 and BI. Okay. Let's move on to problem D. And basically, after problem D, I'm gonna share the 50% discount coupon of RepoVive membership if you are interested in that. So let's first start problem D. What rating on AdCoder is considered good? I don't know. I mean, it really depends. I mean, it's a very hard question to respond. I mean, how to map AdCoder rating to 0 and 1. 0 not good, 1 good. I don't know. I mean, maybe others can give their opinion. It's very opinionated. Maybe, for example, for tourists, only his own rating is good. I don't know. While printing, we have to calculate prefix sum. Yes. Yes, exactly. When the values are fixed, you should calculate the prefix sums. And once you have those prefix sounds, then you can easily answer all of them. So problem D, monster game. It says that you have been gifted a new game called... This is a problem that I haven't read before, so I'm reading it and solving it in front of you. You are given n swords. In particular, the sword number I has a strength of AI. The game consists of n levels, each of which features a monster. You start at level 1 and progress further to pass level I and move to level I plus 1. You need to defeat the monster at level I. To defeat the monster at level I, you need to deal it BI sword strikes. The swords in the game are very fragile, so they can only deal one strike before breaking. If you compute level N or run out of swords, you can finish the game and proceed to the score calculation. Okay, so you have N swords. Each of them have their own strength. And you have N levels, and at the beginning you are in the first level, and to pass the level you have to defeat the monster at level I. And basically at level I, you have to deal it B of I sword strikes. And you can only use each sword once. And before the game, you're allowed to choose the difficulty level. If you choose difficulty X, swords with a strength of less than X will not affect the monsters. The game score in this case is equal to X multiplied by the number of levels completed. Your task is to choose the game difficulty in such a way as to maximize the game score. Okay, so you have some swords at the beginning. You can choose some X, which means that I'm not gonna use any sword with strength less than X. I mean, that's the only thing. That's the only place that strength matter. And then you have some monsters, and at each point you can basically, I mean, you know that in order to defeat the monster at level I, you need to deal it with B of I sword strikes. You have to say that find that X multiplied by the number of levels that you can pass would be maximized. That's basically what we need to do. So that's what you should basically go for. Do you read any CP books? If you're asking me, no. Why don't you open complete problem sets in streams? What do you mean? Like this? I mean, I can do that, but there is no difference. I mean, I can do that too, but I can also change the URL. Okay, so let's take a look at it. I mean, we have N swords and N monsters at the beginning. And the sum of AIs, I mean, AIs are up to 10 to the 9th. Wait, let me see that. What is this last one? You need to deal it B of I sword strikes. Wait. So this one, each monster needs these many sword strikes, right? So how do we even give these many sword strikes? I feel like I didn't read something correctly. Let me see. You start at level 1 and progress further, but based on what I understood is that you need A of I swords, A of 1 swords to defeat the monster at position 1. But for example, in here, we clearly don't have these many swords. That's what I don't understand. Let me see this example. For the first one, you need like one sort. For the second one, you need three sorts. Okay, let me see. Optional difficulty to choose is 3. If difficulty is you can even start with source numbers. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, AIs are the strength. AIs are the strength, not the monster lives, basically. Okay, so I swapped A and B in my mind. Okay, this makes sense. So yeah, I mean, if we choose, for example, difficulty 3 in the first case, then we can use these two swords. And because we can use these two swords, we can just defeat the first monster. And we're gonna have 3 times 1. In the last example, for example, if we just consider, if we consider this value as our x, then we still can use all of this and we can kill all of these things. So the final answer will be this times 10. So it would be this. So yeah, that would be basically what we have. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was. I mean, I considered. I mean, in the reverse order. I assume that A is the hit required. Yeah. Okay. Is it statement clear, or do you need any more clarification on this statements? If you need any further clarification on the statement, let me know. If it's clear, put a plus or use this emoji. Yes, if you use a sword once, you can't use it anymore. Yeah. Clear. Okay, so I think it's clear for everyone. Awesome. So yeah, so basically now we want to find that out. Well, so I want to take a look at it. I mean, the first thing that I definitely thought about is that if we can do binary search to find the answer. But I'm not sure if it's binary searchable. Because the thing that came to my mind is that it's not. Well, definitely, the point is that definitely, as you increase the difficulty, the number of people that you can kill, the number of monsters that you can kill will decrease. Okay, you can do this, I think. First of all, see that. Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, it's easy. Because, see, as soon as consider BIs, you know that how many swords you have to kill one monster. How many swords do you need to kill 2 monsters? How many swords do you need to kill 3 monsters? And so on, right? The number of swords you need to kill one monster is B1. Or if we want to use it, I mean, let's use it one based in explanation. The number of swords you need to kill one monster is B1. The number of swords you need to kill the first 2 monsters is B1 plus B2. The number of swords you need to kill the 3 monsters is B1 plus B2 plus B3. Right? And so on. Do you agree that to kill X monsters in general, to kill X monsters, we need B1 plus B2 to B sub X sorts, right? Is that fully clear? To kill X monsters, we need B1 plus B2 plus B3 to BX sorts. And we want to find a number X that can cover it. I mean, let's not use X for this, let's use K. And I assume that this was K. So if we want to kill K monsters, let's have a 4 on K. As soon as we want to kill K monsters, what should we have? We should have these many, let's call it C of K, which is the prefix sum on the array B, and says that how many souls you have. You should see that if you sort them sorts in decreasing order of their power, the minimum x that you can choose is the power of the sword number C of K. So let's just sort the power of swords in the decreasing order, because the one with maximum power is the most valuable, and so on. So you sort them in decreasing order or non-increasing order, and you just calculate prefix sums on B. And then you say that if I want to kill K monsters, I need C of K swords. So I see the sword number C sub K, and I see that what is its strength. That's the value that I can set for X. And I can say that ants max equal to the power of this times K. And if C of K was greater than N, then there's no way, because we don't have more than N swords. If C of K was more than N, then there's no way. If C of K was less than or equal to N, we will see that what is the power of sword number C of K, because our X maximum can be that. That's the maximum X that works. So that's going to be our X, and our K is given how many monsters equal. So we will say that as max equal to K times X. And that's how we can calculate the answer. Is it clear for you guys? If it's clear, please put a plus or use this emoji. If it's not, also let me know. Let me zoom in again. If anything is not clear, let me know to tell you about that. Otherwise, just put a plus or use the emoji. Okay, do you have any questions about it? Captain, Hero, or anyone else? Seems clear, but no approach apart from brute force comes to mind. Well, we're not gonna do brute force. Okay, I think you said that after this statement, probably. Well, the solution that we are using is basically this. We are saying that, guys, let's consider this example. These are the swords that we have. Let's source them from the strongest one to the weakest one. So we're gonna have 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 1, right? This is gonna be the power of the swords. And then the monsters, if you look at the monsters, the number of swords we need to kill them is equal to this. So how many swords do you need to kill the first monster? You need 2. How many swords do you need to kill the first 2 monsters? I mean, both the first monster and the second monster. It's going to be 4. How many swords do you need to kill all the first 3 monsters? I mean, do the first 3 levels. It's going to be 8. How many swords do you need to do the first 4 ones? It's going to be 9. How many ones do you need to do the first 5 ones? It's going to be 11 and 13. So you know that for each level, how many swords you basically need in order to successfully pass over those levels, right? So that's what we know. So assume that we want to kill just one monster. If we want to just kill one monster, we need 2 swords, right? So I see that what is the power of the sword number 2 is 4. So I can choose x equal to 4 and then be able to kill 4 monsters. If I do that, my score will be 4 times 1 because my X is 4 and I've killed 1 monster. So it's gonna be the final score to be 4. Now assume that I want to kill 2 monsters. If I want to kill 2 monsters, I need 4 swords. I will take a look at the sword number 4. I see that what is its power? That's the maximum X I can set. I see that it's 4. So if I set X equal to 4, I'm gonna have 4 swords to kill these monsters, to kill these 2 monsters. So my X will be 4 and my K was 2. So it's gonna be this way, my score is gonna be 8. And now assume that I want to kill the first 3 monsters. I see that I need 8 swords, but I don't have 8 swords, so that's not possible. And all the rest are not possible as well. So my answer at the end would be the maximum of values I got, which is going to be 8. And if you take a look at the answer, you see that it's really 8. So you basically calculate prefix sum on the second array, see that to kill I monsters, how many swords do you need? And then have the swords in non-increasing order. And then you know that if I want to kill K monsters or L monsters, the maximum X I can get is A of L. So that I have at least L swords. And this way you can easily find out the maximum X that you can get. Is this clear now or not? The K logic is basically how many monsters do you want to kill? So the question is that, okay, you want to kill monsters. How many monsters do you want to kill? If you tell me that I want to kill K monsters, I tell you that how many swords do you need for that? Do you agree that we can do that? You tell me how many monsters you want to kill. Tell me like I want to kill K monsters. Then I tell you how many swords do you need to kill K monsters. Do you agree that this is answerable? This can be solved? If I tell you that I want to kill K monsters, can you tell me how many swords do I need? Or not? Can you do that or not? No, for K monsters you don't need K swords. For K monsters you need the sum of A of 1 to A of K. Because the monster number 1 needs A1 swords. The monster number B1 swords. Sorry. B1 swords. The monster number 2 needs B2 swords. The monster number 3 needs B3 swords. And the monster number K needs BK swords. So if you want to kill K monsters, if you want to do the first K levels, the number of swords you need is going to be equal to this, sum of B1 to BK. Is this clear now? Why they came in? First, let's make sure if it's clear. I can code it up, but we should basically see that if we want to talk about problem E or code this one. So do you agree that if I say that I want to kill K monsters, yes, K monsters need the sum of B1 to BK swords. Because monster number 1 needs B1 swords. Monster number 2 needs B2 swords. Monster number 3 needs B3 swords. So killing the first K monsters, doing K levels, needs sum of B1 to BK, right? And now the point is that because killing K monsters need B1 to BK, now you can just easily say that, okay, what is the least power I can choose? What is the maximum X I can choose so that I will have these many swords? So the question that you need to ask is that, okay, I know that for killing K monsters, I need B1 plus B2 plus 2 BK swords. So the question will be that, okay, Now what is the maximum X that I can choose so that I will have these many swords? Right? That's what we need to answer. Why do I came here? So that's what we need to answer. What is PFP? Can you explain the third test case? Yeah. Yeah, I will explain the third test case too. So basically, I know that how many swords do I need to kill K monsters. And when I know that how many swords do I need, I know that what is the maximum power I can choose to have those many swords. For example, take a look at this. Look at the swords that we have. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I sort them in non-increasing order. So the first one has power 4, the second one has power 3, the third one has power 2, the last one is power 1. And now the monsters are 2, 2, 1, 1. If I want to kill one monster, how many swords do I need? I need 2, because the first monster needs 2 swords. If I want to kill 2 monsters, how many swords do I need? I need 4, because the first monster needs 2, the second monster needs 2. If I want to kill 3 monsters, how many swords do I need? I need 5. If I want to kill the 4 monsters, how many swords do I need? I need 6. So as soon as I kill one monster, I need 2 swords. What is the maximum X I can set to have 2 swords? It's going to be A of 2. It's going to be 3. So in this case, I will kill one monster and my X is 3. So I have 1 times 3 equal to 3. Now as soon as I want to kill 2 monsters. If I want to kill 2 monsters, I need 4 swords. In that case, I need to set my X equal to 1 so that I have 4 swords. In which case, I have killed 2 monsters, and the X I've chosen is 1, so it's gonna be 2. If I want to kill 3 monsters, I need 5 swords, but I don't have 5 swords, so I stop here. I cannot kill more monsters. So my answer is gonna be maximum of 3, and 2 is gonna be 3. So that's why we get 3. Is it fully clear now? Or not? I'm gonna show you a code as well for this. Let me show you a code. Problem D. Let me show you a code. So take a look at what he did. Let's understand what he did. He has A of n plus 1, B of... It seems AIs, yeah, BIs. He calculates the prefix sum on BIs, as I said. Basically, how many swords do I need to kill the first I monsters? B of I now means that. Instead of B of I meaning that how many swords do you need to kill the monster number I, now it means that how many swords do you need to kill the first I monsters. And then he sorts A of I's, he sorts the swords. He's sorting in non-decreasing order, so it's in increasing order now. Now he says that, okay, let's go over 1 to n, like how many swords do I want to, how many monsters do I want to kill? And then, okay, he's fixing X. He's trying to fix X. Okay. Now it says that for I from 1 to n, he tries to fix X. He says that let's say that X is equal to AI. Then the number of swords that we have is going to be n minus I plus 1. Because all the swords that are greater than or equal to this are the swords that we can use. And then he will see that with these many swords, how many monsters he can kill. What we did, we fixed how many monsters we want to kill, and then we got the number of swords from it. What he is doing, he is seeing that how many swords he wants to use, and based on that, he will see now how many monsters he want to kill. And that's what he can easily calculate. he can just do a binary search to find us that with these many swords, how many monsters he can kill. He know that to kill one monster, how many swords he should use. To kill two monsters, how many swords he should use. So he can do a binary search. At the end, he can say that ans equal to maximum of ans and UV times x. So these are the two approaches. Two approaches. You either fix swords and see that how many monsters you can kill, or fix that how many monsters you can kill and get the swords. Is it fully clear now? If it's fully clear, please put the plus or use this emoji. What is this? Okay, that's interesting. Starting a poll, start Q&A. That's interesting. Okay. What's the rate of problem E? We have not read problem E yet. Okay, awesome. Great, great. Awesome. Okay. Do you want me to release the discount codes of RepoVive membership now? First of all, guys, if you have any questions about RepoVive membership, let me know about how it is. It's basically how we will help you guys to basically we try to train you. I mean, that's what we did. You will be in close touch with RepoVive in the memberships. Let me show it to you. In RepoVive membership, you will basically be in touch with us, and the prices, as I said, are different. The prices you see, because I'm right now in the United States, the prices to me is shown prices, the normal prices, like every other places in the US. But if you are from different countries, you see different prices there. So basically is that you will be in touch with our team and we will give you the plan and what you should do. And we basically, these roadmaps that you see that we have, we basically see that what do you need for us to prepare it for you, and we will prepare them for you. And other than that, we have some premium memberships, premium roadmaps that you can take a look at those roadmaps as well, which are the problem solving ones and many other things. And they have different levels. If you have any questions about them, definitely let me know if anything needs to be cleared. And in the live stream, I'm gonna share a coupon that will be valid during the time of the live stream. And it's only for the people who attended the live stream. And you can use that to get 50% discounts on top of the discount that you might get because of your region. And it's gonna work for 3 months. So if you want to use that, this is the discount code that you can use, live GHQE3. As I said, it's just active during the time of the stream. After that, we have to stop it. It's just for the time of the stream. So if you are interested, you can get the premium membership during the stream. And the reason that we introduced it, as you know, is that we are trying to basically create a sustainable way to be able to improve our RepoVive, to keep holding our contests, because we have to pay all the authors, we have to pay for instructions, server, and everything. So we came up with a way so that we can give some amazing service to people. And this way we can create some revenue stream for our RepoVive to be able to sustain everything. We thought a lot about this. Our team stayed awake for nights to be able to finalize this. And we believe that it can be something that can be really amazing. If you had any questions about that, you can definitely let me know about the memberships. But yeah, I mean, that's basically what we have. And as I said in the Telegram channel as well, if you need any financial support or anything, especially for the starter one, that is for roadmaps, definitely let us know at the email that I told you, support@repowork.com. We have already covered some students who were serious, who told us that they are serious, but they have financial hardships, and we let them access the memberships. So if you have uh, hardships, you can let us know at that email address. Okay, so shall we move on to problem E? How is RepoVibe better or different from TLE Eliminator or AlgoZenith? Well, basically, RepoVibe is mostly about being in touch with our team. I don't know how their service are. I don't know if they're just selling content or they are basically taking care of training you. I mean, for us, we have a team of, you know, that our team. Our teams are all Grandmaster Plus. I don't know if those guys are also at this level or not. And we are basically trying to take care of your growth. I mean, basically, especially for example, the Premium Max one is about completely managing what you do to get you to a point where you need. And we also have an enterprise plan. We are based in Silicon Valley, and we are connected to so many companies here, and who are looking for people that they can hire. So if you're interested for getting hired in a company, or you might be interested in it in the future, I mean, like after your studies, then what we have different is that we are based in the US, and we basically know many companies who are actively looking for talented people to hire. That's basically what we are different. I mean, we are not selling content. The only thing that we are selling content with is the startup plan, which is $19 a month in the US and $7 a month in India, which is content and it doesn't take human time. But the other ones, because they take human time, basically it's like basically training you and take care of your growth. And the starter one that is only content for us is way cheaper than others. I mean, because we basically something that we have there. I mean, we don't need to charge much from it because it's only the cost of infrastructure for us. But for premium and premium max, we have the cost of human time as well. So like a full waiver or a percentage, it depends. For premium and premium max, we cannot do a full waiver because it's human time. For starter, because it's just infrastructure cost and it's just the content, we might be able to do full waiver as well. But it depends on your situation. I mean, if you really need that, we can do a full waiver. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is basically what we have. The level of our team is definitely not comparable to any different, maybe people who have done this before. And the level of the quality that we are providing is not going to be comparable as well. And as I said, right now, RepoVibe Premium is mostly about training and not selling content. That's something that's is very important about our membership. May I ask what tech stack is used to build RepoVibe? Well, there is actually an opening very soon as well. We are opening an internship program at RepoVibe as well. That if you are interested, you can join RepoVibe as well for 3 months. We work for you for 3 months. And at the end of these 3 months, we might actually have you on the team completely. So for 3 months, we work to each other with each other to see that how do you work, how is everything going, and then at the end of it, we can actually hire you and have you in the team. So if you are really interested about RepoVibe and contributing to RepoVibe, wait for that. We will basically do it very soon. I mean, RepoVibe has very big plans to grow and have a meaningful impact. So if you are interested in that, I probably let you know in the Telegram channel and probably on LinkedIn as well, and maybe even on YouTube. So I will let you know about the internship program on RepoVive. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's basically based on how much time you can put in and how much passionate you are. Those are the most important things. Because our team, as I said, they are very passionate. As I said to you, even for this premium membership, they didn't sleep at night. We almost, I mean, I almost don't understand when they sleep because they are always awake. And I'm kind of similar as well. And it's because it's a startup and we're just starting and we have big plans for doing a meaningful job and having some meaningful effects. We are really working hard and we are really passionate. So it depends on how passionate you are about this. If you are really, this is something that you are also passionate about, we can basically talk and see how you feel about it. Yeah. Okay, so that's all about the premium memberships. If you want, you can use this. This is a discount for 3 months. For 3 months, you can get the service. So basically, for example, the starter plan in the US is 19, so it's gonna be 9.5. In India is 7.6, I guess. And with 60% discount, it's gonna be $3.8. So for months, you can get our roadmaps with $3.8, and the roadmaps are actively being added. Our team is working 24/7 to add more roadmaps, to add more content, and it's gonna get way better. So if that's something that you're interested about, you can get the premium membership as well. Hopefully, we can soon get RepoVive to a point that it can sustain itself and we can actually start expanding it more rapidly. Okay, so if everything is fine, I can move on to problem E now. And for guys, for the support, even for considering full waiver, you can email this email address. This is our responsibility to take care of basically distributing CS knowledge. That's what we were doing all the time. You know that when this Telegram channel, this YouTube channel was my channel, for around 2 years, I was giving out content for free because it was a responsibility and it was something that I loved. But now, because it's a company and it's RepoVibe and it has its own complexities, we had to also provide these premium memberships and everything to be able to sustain it. But still, we have that responsibility to distribute the knowledge. If you have real hardship, financial hardship, you can let us know. We will see the best we can do. I mean, if we saw that the only way you can do it is by free content, I mean, giving full waiver for the starter plan, we might be able to do that as well. That's basically what our team will look into it. I'm going to stop their content if they get a big offer like Metal Google. What are the chances that's in RepoVive? Is it a passion project or you guys are building it as SaaS? Well, basically, that's exactly why we have started this charging, because you know that life is getting hard, and if you don't make it sustainable, this becomes a project. I mean, these projects that are just passion projects, they will continue for several months, and then when some issues happen in life or you have some obligations, you have to stop them. So that's exactly why we want RepoVive to keep up the work and continue this. This is how you can support RepoVive to keep continuing. Because if we can't be able to sustain it, basically at some point life gets serious and you have to do other things. In general, if you want to do a big impact on the world, which was our goal from the beginning, you have to find a way to sustain it. Otherwise, it's going to be like a fun project. RepoVive is not going to be just a fun project. RepoVive plans to be something serious, something that has big effects. And that's exactly why we have introduced these things. We want, RepoVive is not going to be just a fun project that is out there for a while and after a while it's going to be finished. And people are going to do their own works. I mean that was a very good point, because most of the people who work here are very talented people. They have very good intelligence. They get very good offers. So if Repovive cannot keep them, they will they cannot continue for long term. That's the point. So by joining, you can definitely basically support Repovive as well to continue growing. Let's talk about problem E without wasting more time. Uh, so problem E, product cures. I haven't read this problem before as well. It says that today Sabirjan was called to the board with an array A of length n and was assigned an officer's task to answer n questions. In the if question, is it required to determine the minimum number of elements from the array that need to be selected from the board? Minimum number of elements from the array that needs to be selected from the board so that their product is exactly equal to I. At least one element must be selected. So you have to choose the minimum number of elements from the array, from the board, that the product is exactly equal to I. Interesting. How many questions are there? N. Okay. Okay. So you have this array and you want to see that what is the minimum number of elements that their product is going to be equal to I for each I. Okay, the first thing again, ones are useless. Only one will be only used for one itself. I mean, if you have a one, then the answer for one will be one. Otherwise, it would be negative one. And then ones are useless. You definitely are not going to use them. And when ones are useless and you're not going to use them, you can say that the answer for each number would be at most log of n. Because you want to, basically you have an I that is at most n. Assume that you have n. You want to have it as product of some numbers, like x1 times x2 times to xk. Each of xi's are at least 2. Therefore, k will be at most log n, because each of xi's are at least 2, right? So, yeah, basically, we can say that the number of numbers that you're going to use is going to be at most log of n. And then I'm trying to see. Okay, so it looks like an interesting problem. It's weird that it's not classic, because it sounds like a classic problem. Okay, maybe in order to not putting more time, maybe I have to spoil it and tell you the answer quickly. But it's a shame, because it was really interesting problem. Let us see that how they have solved this problem. They have used Steve, and it says that dp of I is equal to minimum of dp of I and dp of j plus dp of I over j. But that is a bit weird. Okay, he's basically looking at all the numbers. Initially, when you have an AI, he says that dp of AI is equal to 1. Definitely for that number, you need only one number. And then he's using basically, okay, he's not using sieve, I guess. He's going from I from 1 to n, and then he starts j from 1, j times j less than or equal to I, j plus plus. So he's basically trying to go over all the divisors of I. And then he says that dp of I will be equal to minimum of dp of I and dp of j plus dp of I over j. Can you use the same number multiple times? Okay, it is allowed to use the same elements multiple times. I didn't see that. Yeah, I mean, if we can use the same number multiple times, yeah, okay, I forgot that. If we can use the same number multiple times, then the problem will be really easy because we don't need to take care of which numbers we've used. Okay, so in that case, if we can use a number multiple times, these repetitions are not meaningful as well. You can see that which numbers you had so far. So other than 1, that is not important. I mean, you can see that which numbers that you have used so far. And then you can use an easy sieve. I mean, you don't need to do it like this as well. You can basically have a DP. You know, all the numbers that are there. You can say that for all of them, for all of AIs, DP of AIs are equal to 1. And then, yeah, maybe it's better to not to use sieve because that would be, the ordering would be challenging. But what you can do is to do it like this. You can have a for on all the numbers like x going from 1 to n. And then go over y. We basically want to find all the divisors of x. Like y, and say that, okay, consider that we have some y and we have some x over y. Consider these two. And see that what is the cost to create y. What is the cost to create x over y? And do you agree that if I create y and I create x over y, then I can just add up these two sets, basically multiplying their values, and then I'm gonna have x. That's why he has a 4 on y, but he basically goes as long as j times j is less than or equal to I. Why? Because among these two numbers, y and x over y, one of them should be less than or equal to a square root of x. He basically is trying to go over the one that is less than the other. And then he will say that dp of I is equal to minimum of dp of I and dp of j plus dp of I over j. Basically, it's like you either make it with one number, or if you don't make it with one number, split it into two places. And see that's how you can multiply it. I mean, what is their answer and how to multiply them. This can be solved with sieve as well. But this is maybe easier to understand. This one is easier to understand. I say that it's also possible to solve it with sieve because you can also consider that what is the last number that you chose. If you consider the last number you chose, I mean, one of these sides can be like one number instead of being dp. And then with that, you can solve it with sieve too. But it's not important. Just this solution works too. Is it clear? If it's clear, please put a plus or use this emoji. Yeah, the whole point was that in this problem, you could use the number multiple times. That was weird because the samples had many repeated numbers. I mean, I didn't assume that it can use repeated numbers. Yeah. Yes. Okay, if it's completely clear, we can move on to problem F now. Let's quickly talk about problem F2. We don't have much time limited, much time left. Time is limited. So I have to be somewhere at 2 p.m. and it's 1:33. And it's a very heavy snowing right now in here. I wish I could show you the snow. Okay, let's take a look at problem F, pizza delivery. It says that courier YF has earned the title of best pizza delivery person. The manager does not like him, so he decided to give him a very difficult task. The manager provided him with n coordinates of houses where he needs to deliver the pizza. He will deliver the pizza in the following way. GR pizza is prepared at the points AX, AY, and YF starts the delivery from these points. Okay. To deliver the pizza, he can move from point XY to 3 points. X plus 1 by XY plus 1, XY minus 1. So you cannot go down, or basically left if we consider this as X and this as Y. But I prefer to assume that you can go down. After he has delivered all the pizzas, he returns home to the points BX and BY. Each move takes him exactly 1 second, and handing over the pizza to the customer takes 0 seconds. The manager wants the delivery to be as fast as possible. You need to find minimum delivery time for all GR pizzas. It is guaranteed that delivery is always possible. Okay. So let's assume that X is this and Y is this. I know that it's vice versa in axis, but let's assume it like this in here. This way, it means that you can never go down. You can only go up and left and right. This way, you should just each time sweep some specific X, and when you gave everything on that X, then go to the next one. Again in here, sweep everything that is in here. After you've done that, go to the next one, and so on. That's basically how you can do it. And the point is that definitely at each point in each line for each specific X, the last pizza that you will give out will be even the pizza, the coordinate to the left or the coordinate to the right. The leftmost or rightmost will be the last one that you will give out. At each X, the leftmost one or the rightmost one is going to be the last one. And that's how you can easily solve the problem using this, because you can just assume that I went to this X and I've gave all the pizzas. I've done all the deliveries. Assuming that the last delivery was to the pizza to the leftmost one, what is the minimum time? Assuming that this one was the last one, what is the delivery time? And this can be easily updated. You can look at the previous X with at least one pizza, and you have two DPs for them, the leftmost one and rightmost one. For each of them, you can see that if you come here, what is going? I mean, basically, guys, at each X, you just keep track of the delivery of the leftmost and rightmost ones. Because the ones in the middle are not important. If you for sure give these two pizzas, you will give everything that is in the middle as well. So the ones in the middle do not matter. Only the leftmost one and rightmost one matter. So you can just assume that in the previous X, the last one you gave was the leftmost one or the rightmost one. And for each of them, you can say that, okay, assume that I want to end in here and the previous one is here. Then I should come here. Then I have two choices. Either first, I have one choice, basically. I have to go to right and give this and then come here to end here. And if I end here, also the same thing. I come here and I should first give the right one and then go to the left one. These two DPs can be easily updated, and at the end you can see that what is the answer. Oh shit, if the screen was... Oh shit. That's really bad. This was problem E, problem F. Okay, so basically, let me tell you again. I forgot that the screen is not visible. Guys, the whole point is that we can assume that X is the one that goes up, Y is the one that goes right. And then assume that this means that we never go down. It's like at each specific X, only the leftmost one and rightmost one matter. The ones in the middle do not matter, because if you definitely give the one to the left and to the right, definitely you give everything to the middle as well. So you can have a DP that so far I've gave all the pizzas up to here, and the last one was either here or here, and then in the next layer, how can I move on to the leftmost one and rightmost one? So you basically have DP of I and 2, DP of I and either 0 or 1. That says that basically if I wanna do the first I and the last one is basically the leftmost one or the rightmost one, what is gonna be the minimum cost? And that can be easily updated. Does it make sense or not? If any part of it is not clear, let me know. Good night. I know that in your time it might be very late. Is it clear, guys, or not? If it's not clear, let me know. If it's also fully clear, put a plus or use the 100 emoji. By the time that we get to this time of the stream, I think that a lot of you will need to go to sleep. A lot of you are on the eastern part of the world. Okay, so if it's fully clear, yeah, that's the problem. F. So yeah, so that's it. I have to now leave the stream. Guys, this code is actually exactly just be available up to 2 p.m. It's set for up to 2 p.m. It's right now 1:41 p.m. So there's around 19 minutes left to use it. It's going to be available by 2 p.m. If you are interested in premium membership of RepoVive, you can take a look at it and get it for 50% off for 3 months. I applied BS in D in the difficulty, but got wrong answer. Why? But it depends on what's your solution. Take a look at the parts in the stream that where we talked about problem D, and you will hopefully get answers to your questions. And guys, also, if you liked the video, please support us by liking the video here or commenting on the video after the video was finished. And if you can, potentially even joining channel membership. These can all enable us to grow the channel, have more streamers, and be able to cover all the contests and starting topic streams again as well. So if you can, support us. And thank you very much for joining today, guys. See you soon next time. Thank you, guys.